Okay, we're off to Birzebbuga. There's a few clouds in the sky, maybe too many. We have high tide in 45 minutes and we have sunset in an hour and 45 minutes. So we should be able to sort out something which works. These salt pans are being a bit of a bane of my life. But if we get the right picture, it'll be worth it. So, normal scenario for Malta, 15 minutes from the home, and we have about 5-6 minutes of the journey left. So, I'm going to concentrate on driving, and I'll see you at the salt pans. Okay, so we're back at Birzebbuga. It's early evening. The tide is coming in and the sun is setting. The sky's a lot better. We'll be able to use a polarizing filter and we will be able to enhance the sky and make it look very dramatic. And the plan is still the same. Although we don't have water flowing over the salt pans, the plan is to show the salt pans as the old way of life and the cranes of the port as the new way of life. I tend to look at it from one viewpoint, and really I should be looking around as I do all my landscapes and look for the different viewpoints. So we do a bit more work and we try to do it properly. Okay, so we've chosen our composition, and what we're going to do is we're going to use a polarizing filter just to deepen the difference in the clouds. I'll let you watch. If it gets boring, I'll speed through it, but you can watch. So we're still using my favourite lens, 14 to 24, and we have this brute beast of a filter holder. Fits on the front of the lens, special holder off, and a polarizer. Cleverly I wrote P on the front of the tin. As you see, they're huge. 150 millimeters, nearly 6 inches. And that's because the lens is so wide. Fit it into the slot. Don't drop it, it's made of glass. And we have a look. And we turn it until we get the best effect. Yeah. My Nikon for me is a bit overexposes a little. I like it a bit richer, so I stop down a third of a stop. I put it on compensation. We're showing f8 160th of a second. Don't bother about the settings, depends on the conditions. So first picture. Yeah, cool. Has potential, but nothing's moving, so we don't have to worry too much. We're going to take this shot, and then we're going to have a wander around and see if we can get something a little different. Maybe even if we don't include the salt pans. Cool. Okay, guys. The important thing when you're taking landscapes, apart from the cobalt release which we spoke about last time, is don't get blinded. I've been here a few times and I've always looked at the salt pans being the old world, the port being the new world, and it can be a great picture in the right conditions and right times. But I've forgotten about the salt pans. I've just moved a few feet away and now I have a big rock, some leading lines and I have a lot of foreground interest, it's a much better picture. So don't get blinded. If you go to a place and there's a wonderful waterfall, don't forget the rock formation just a few yards away. You've got to look around and you've got to work instead of just say, oh, I want to take this, turn up and take it. So we will come back and we'll do the salt pans again, but we'll do it in the autumn when the wind is blowing the waves over, when the sky looks like hell is opening, and it will be really dramatic. Now isn't the time. So we're going to take a few pictures and hopefully we'll have something nice to show you guys finally. Okay, so as all of these things, a disaster. The disaster is the lights have come on in the port. Now I want to wait and see if we can get a picture when it's a bit darker with the lights shining in the port. We have a few boats in the foreground. They're man-made. Does it count as a landscape? Urban landscape? I don't know. But guess what? I'm going to enjoy waiting and relaxing. Okay. The golden hour. The golden hour. The sun is just catching the port and the foreground is in darkness. And there is a fort on the hill. I'm coming back another day when the sky is good and taking a picture. But look at the light on the port. Mala, we do it. Okay guys, everything comes if you wait. Just look at that light. I'm going to take the picture before it goes. Don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Look at that light, eh? Look at it. Brilliant, eh? Worth every moment of the wait. Okay guys, we went out this morning and it was for me a failure. I was disappointed. I got hooked up on the salt pans and the port beyond with the cranes and the old and the new, and the light was wrong, there were no clouds and it looked rubbish. And so I checked the time of the tides, I checked the sunset, and I went back this evening. And as we went back, I had a look, and the shot that I taken in the morning, I took again. It was slightly better with the clouds, but I was still hooked up with this salt pans. And then I stopped and said, hey, you're a photographer, what do you do? And I did something then that I've told you guys to do. Look for your compositions. And I moved around. And I have a couple of compositions, which are almost pure landscape. Okay, it's industrial in the background, but I make no excuse for that. But the composition was better. No salt pans, fine. I'm shooting a landscape, not an idea. And as we were waiting, and we had a beer, I looked, and there were some boats, and I thought they would be a good foil for the cranes and the docks in the background. And as I waited, and we became nearer and nearer to sunset, and we came into the golden hour, 20 minutes before sunset, this happened. The light lit up the cranes. The foreground was relative darkness. An amazing thing. Remember, timing, light is everything. Don't muck it up, guys, because you're impatient. Do the job properly. I love this picture. Come and visit. Maybe I'll take you. We'll see.